Well, uh, wait. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I'm not listening to fucking Chains anymore. Let's get some video in the background.
Weirdos in the wild. The best way to start your morning is with a big frown on your face, so get ready to wear that with pride. We've got some really interesting specimen here today, so let's go ahead and take a peek at our first one. Our first journey begins with a cold call here like a telemarketer. This guy reaches out saying, "Hey, remember me?" Get used to seeing me spelled that way, because he only speaks about himself as if he's talking through the We Me channel from back in the day. And she responds by saying, "Hey, I think so, from blank," which is middle school. So they knew each other in middle school, and I'm assuming it's been quite some time since then, because then a couple months later he reaches out again saying, "Hey, you have kids yet?" It's already off to an odd start. They're clearly into their adult years here, and this guy's thinking about her from middle school, and then reaches out a couple months after making initial contact just to ask if she has kids currently. And it only gets more strange from here. She responds saying, "Hey, I don't have kids yet, why do you ask?" He goes, "Just asking, do you have a boyfriend?" "I do have a boyfriend." "Do you have a girlfriend?" "Can I tell you something?" And that's how you know this is about to go straight into the shitter here. That question, "Can I tell you something?" always seems to precede the most foul thing you'll ever hear in your life. I've read so many of these texts and watched so many bad romance videos recently that this is one of the more concerning questions you can be asked. Can I tell you something? Or some variation of it. I'll also just never understand the purpose of typing something like that. Just fucking spit it out. Say it with your whole chest here. What's the point in acting like some kind of shy anime girl? "Oh, can I tell you something?" Like, what's the response going to be to that? No? You've made it impossible for someone to shoot that down because then the conversation immediately gets hostile. So everyone has to say, like, yeah, I guess you can tell me something. So just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off. You're going to say something ridiculous anyway, and just say it without asking for permission, because we all know you're just going to fucking blabber about it anyway. She says, yeah, what's up? However, even if she declined saying, no, you can't tell me anything, leave me alone, bozo, it wouldn't have stopped this maniac. He goes,
Oh, you... I hate it when that happens.
I believe he has entered this, like, flow state of horniness, and it's clouding his vision, so he can't type properly. When we was in middle school, I wanted, period, to do this to you. And accidentally drops, like, a fucking hyperlink here. Do what? Like, when you were in skirt, I want to make you mine. Hope you don't get mad. What an outrageous creep. Hey, was just thinking about you in middle school, and how in middle school I wanted to make you mine. Don't get mad at me. Tee. Clearly caught off guard and uncomfortable, she goes, it was a long time ago, no reason to get mad. And I think this emboldens him because she says, there's no reason to get mad. So he starts rubbing his hands together. Oh, okay. And then he sends a message that he deletes. He unsends it. So there was something so bad there that even this shameless sack of cringe was like, ooh, no, that's too far. I'm using my mulligan. So he unsends it. But the original poster here, she apparently saw it and said that the message he unsent was saying that he wanted to pull down her panties and put his fingers inside of her. And then he goes, if I were to do this to you, what, you let me? The way
I did the jump 3 times in a row. I should be good.
It's so broken and disjointed. It's like communicating with Dobby if Dobby was hitting winners. Clearly, she declined such a generous offer,
pimple on my
saying,
ass.
no, I have a boyfriend.
Just
I
fucking
mean,
sitting
back
on
in
it.
middle school, I wasn't interested in dating or sexual activity when I was in middle school. I wanted you really bad. Oh, okay. Gets him with the you're really sad. Oh, okay. This is the craziest red flag conversation ever. This should be like a self-report straight to the authorities. This man is like dangerous, it seems. Perhaps that hyperlink he accidentally dropped in the beginning was linked to the sex offenders registry with his name and face on it. This is an adult man who's fantasizing about middle school. He's not even saying like, hey, I used to know you back then and had a crush on you. He is literally fantasizing about her in middle school and him wanting to finger her. That's concerning. And that's when all hell breaks loose. The mask fully comes off, the dam breaks, and he unleashes the demon.
No.
She says, I'm a bit confused as to why you're telling me this now, because obviously anyone would be confused getting this shit out of the blue. It's really creepy. And then he goes, because dear, it's already such an awful fucking start. Dropping deer like this, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. In those days, I want to pull down your panties. Not even a little bit, dear.
All I had to do is
not even a little bite, dear. You there, lol? Can I ask you a personal question? When you were in middle school, you there? He is so fixated on middle school in particular. That's the big thing for him here. It's so unhinged. You there? He keeps checking to make sure there's a pulse here, that she hasn't abandoned him and called the police or something. Can I tell you something that I want to do to you in middle school? Or are you mad at me, Lou? If you didn't have a boyfriend, would you let me do things to you? You there?
Yikes.
Surprisingly, she was still there and hadn't blocked him yet. So she says, no, because I'm not interested, I don't really know you at all. Somehow, she was able to resist his charm.
What could I do to save this? I guess I could teach you
kegs. Powerless against her. He says, I know, lol.
Also,
it's a bit weird that you're talking about a 12 to 13-year-old me and it's still being sexual about it. Exactly. It's so fucking weird.
And then he just goes,
hope you're not mad at me for this things. And she says, please don't contact me again. The vibe I get from this guy is Freaky Fred from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Just reading what he keeps saying to her is so unnerving because he's talking about a middle school version of her. He's trying out that sexual predator riz here, I guess. And it did not work at all. I'm gonna bless you with a
Oh
little
my
bonus
god,
points
that's
here.
bad.
Show you how not to flirt with someone you're interested in.
Yikes.
So it seems like they were
Yikes.
talking a little bit before these screenshots were taken. He says, "You play video games? Like, other than Candy Crush and Pokemon?" And she goes, "Yep, what gave it away?" Cool. Not many chicks that are, like, into real games. Is this your classic flop from a Redditor gamer, bro? Ugh, girls only like Candy Crush or Pokemon, fucking Sims or Barbie Jeep Racing. They don't like real games like me. Fucking
Yeah. Okay. Somehow I got that. Almost ran off like a silly little goose. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. I probably should have practiced this. Ah, but I'm a gamer. I'm a Sigma. Real Sigmas don't practice.
Intrusion detected.
No! Oh, I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. I messed that up. No. And I messed that up too. Yeah, this is not a good win. Dude, and I got that fucking thing so good too. I fumbled that pad. This can still be 706. Maybe high 705. But that shit is not happening. Why did I do that? It's over. Yeah, no. Fucking nice one, dipshit. Give me bad RNG anyway. Would it have been it?
Call of Duty, Battlefield, Bioshock, big rigs over the road racing, Madden 24. But you're different, milady. You're not one of those normal chicks that likes those fake games. You can appreciate these gems that I like. Most chicks can't do that. I don't know why. It must be periods, pheromones or something. You are rare, milady. You like real games. Like, I just don't know why anyone would try something like this. It's just immediately confrontational. It makes you look like a whack loser. And everyone knows it too, so she calls that out saying, really? Gonna try that one? Because it's so pathetic. And he goes, what? It was a compliment. She just says, whatever. And then that really sets him off. So, a guy who you are already desired to be intimate with gives you a compliment, you get bitchy, and then he doesn't get a response, obviously. And then it comes back later saying, are you ignoring me now? She said, you live in a different country than me. But the fact that he immediately just gets this out of control, like, what? It was a compliment. What? Most girls are stupid. Girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider. You didn't go to Jupiter. You stayed here with me, playing real games. Why are you getting so bitchy about it? I was being nice to you. Oh my goodness, nice guys ever win. And now you're ignoring me? Oh God. He also just types like a Redditor, like his response being, why? A guy who you already desired to be intimate with shows you a little affection and gives you a little compliment, and you get bitchy. Like, that is the actual quintessential Redditor response right there. Just go full Poindexter on it. A man who you had already desired to be intimate with gives you a compliment. Then the whole conversation goes cattywampus, and he decides to bring out the claws and just get mean. You're a fucking cosplay girl. It's not like it's real work. You get paid to be hot for people. He just goes, yeah, it's not gonna work. Don't text me back. Goodbye. Totally reasonable response. This guy's just immediately shitting on her for nothing she did wrong. She's done nothing wrong at all. This guy's just a loose cannon. Women like you are always so sensitive. Just being honest about things. If you can't handle that, I don't think you intellectually compatible with me. Oh, all the Reddit check marks are being ticked right now. I'm very sorry that you feel like I was being mean or sexist or whatever, but I wasn't.
Right here.
I hope you learn to be less bitchy. Men don't like that in women. And you're already past your good years. And they say chivalry is dead. That's how you do it, gentlemen. Excellent work here, and I have no doubt they're getting married soon. So he blames her for everything that went wrong. He seems to think she was being unreasonable and that he was just being honest, which is crazy. It's so sad how a conversation can go from seemingly normal to just being extremely combative because this guy is very insecure, I guess, about his video game taste or something. I have no idea. But he brings up video games in a hostile manner, saying like, oh, most girls don't play real games, but I guess you're not like most stupid girls. Like, I don't know why he can't see how no one would ever respond positively to that. And when she didn't respond positively to it, he immediately says that she's being bitchy. Just the slightest sign of her not really feeling what you just said there, and he just gets aggressive, and then gets even more mean and rude and nasty, and then still probably walks away from this thinking it was her fault. It's craziness. So he'll probably stay alone for most of his life, but luckily he's got so many great games to play by himself. So there's a silver lining there. At least he's a real gamer.
Dude, I just hallucinate Skibbity Toilet, bro.
Yeah.
I'm that tired. There's no fucking way that happened. Oh, bro, what is wrong with me? Jesus Christ, I can't do shit. Three hours funniest Jeffy videos and I'm good.
Today's video is the most serious I might have made in my entire career on this platform. It's a video I don't want to make because it's personally so uncomfortable. It's a video about someone I and many in the community considered a friend. Today, I personally don't consider this person a friend. I consider them a liar, both professionally and on a personal level regarding very personal things. But that's me going into things that I shouldn't need to. I also didn't want to make a video on this because I'm not an expert on the topics that we're discussing today. As you know, when I upload things to my channel, it can be about computer software, it can be about creepy games, it can be browsing the weirder side of the internet, like the deep web. It can
That was
be
such a horrible
looking at
time
trending
to get out of
things.
this
It could
practice.
be a bunch of stuff, mostly lighthearted, and yes, I do occasionally dip into things that are very serious. But when it comes to situations regarding, situations regarding trafficking and whatnot, I am not an expert. That is something for law enforcement, for lawyers, for professionals to appropriately handle. I don't even think YouTubers should be the ones that are running cases like this, because in a vast majority of cases, most of them aren't well equipped. But in this situation, this creator specifically that we are talking about is Mama Max. Now, Mama Max is a channel with 746,000 subscribers, a filmmaker dedicated to empowering children. Throughout his career, Mama Max has covered topics such as his Life Sucks series, anime reviews. But what most people know Max for is his Predator hunts. Videos where Max claims to infiltrate dark corners of social media. He's made very popular videos and gained a lot of respect in the larger YouTube community. Predator hunting is a popular topic on the internet and YouTube in general, and it's seen a bit of a resurgence in recent years with very high-profile cases such as EDP-445, caught in a massive YouTube sting operation in an alleged meetup of a minor. Nowadays, the predator poaching channels that exist are a dime a dozen, and a big fear of these channels that a lot of the community has is that in the grand majority, for clicks and revenue, basic investigative and evidentiary rules aren't met, and law enforcement in many cases is not even involved until well after the fact. And it's caused a serious problem in letting actual evil people walk free because of technicalities and failing to follow basic evidentiary patterns. When in realistic fashion, if law enforcement was involved, these people would be tried in a court of law. That said, Mama Max has committed almost every single sin in the book in the hunt for who he believes is one of the most evil predators currently walking in the world today. So why am I talking about him so negatively now? Because again, like I said, Max has recently made several videos, 3 in particular, making what I believe to be a mockery of these types of serious investigations. Max has covered a story he claims is peppered with human trafficking, cult worship, and brainwashing, and violent abuse, topics that are incredibly serious, and as I've said, I am not a key expert on them. Topics where real victims exist and continue to exist on a daily basis. So let's get started. This is the story of how Mama Max has failed what he considers a very serious investigation, and a prime example of how YouTubers should not be involved with serious situations like this. So let's start off with the story. The story begins on October 3rd, 2023, where Max sends me a message on Discord. Hey Muda, I hope you've been well. I don't want to bother, but I thought you might appreciate a heads up about an upcoming project of mine. I'm on the verge of releasing a video for Halloween that is likely to generate significant drama. While it may be deemed controversial, the intent behind it is for charity. The video is designed to be a trap for reaction channels. Knowing your integrity and the quality of your content, I would hate for you to be caught off guard. At the same time, you would be honored if you consider covering this in a thoughtful manner. To facilitate a deeper discussion, may I include you in a group chat with other influencers who are also considering covering this topic. If confidentiality is not an issue, I'd be more than happy to send you the video under a non-disclosure agreement. This will allow you to become familiar with the video's content before it goes public, enabling you to navigate any provocative elements we've included. Look forward to hearing from you, Max. Now to understand, initially I read this and said, I'm down to hop in, man. Good to hear from you. Hope everything is well. And again, Max says, it's good to hear from you as well, bro. I'll add you in a few moments. Hey Muda, just wanted to know your current thoughts within the group chat. Now if you notice the exact dates of these messages, you'll probably pick up that around this time in October, I was already busy with a massive investigation under our belt. In the following weeks from my response to Max, I would release a video on the completionist and further investigate that situation with a fellow YouTuber known as Carl Jobs. I was also in and out of the country for personal reasons, and I wasn't really able for anything else. I wasn't really available for doing anything, as you can assume during this time. I was mostly away from Discord, and if you really wanted to contact me, using Twitter to directly message me or calling me on my personal cell phone is usually the best tactic, which a lot of people in this scene, if you need to actually contact me, have. That said, I can't confirm what happened in the group chat Max invited me to, as I honestly don't remember checking it, nor which creators were in that specifically. So a few days after inviting me
Nice,
to
we're doing great. It's been a bit since we've caught up, and I get that your plate is probably overflowing, but I wanted to touch base again. Sorry if our previous chats have been a bit heavy. These issues are really close to my heart, and that's exactly why we need to keep the conversation going. You've got a seriously powerful platform, and within your reach, we could really make some noise for the betterment of children's lives. Just a little bit of your time could go a long way. No pressure to dive into the subject, but if you could spare a couple of hours for an interview, I believe you could spark some real change. Is there a time that works for both of us to sit down and talk for an initial engagement? A few days later, Max says, I'm reaching out again because the voices of child survivors cannot be ignored. I've shared their stories with you because I believe in their capacity for empathy and action. Your silence so far has been disheartening, but I still remain hopeful. Please understand, we are determined to encourage and I hope you will not let us down. Obviously, the end of this, you can see that it becomes very apparent that Max is emotionally guilty into speaking and promoting a topic that I haven't had much concrete evidence on, nor do I know now, because it doesn't publicly exist, at least the evidence as far as today. And also because I'm working on another video for my channel as well, a very serious investigation that I have to be 100% on. Max sends me more videos that have since been privated, originally unlisted, and these videos, according to the time frame set, I didn't see since, as you can imagine, I was preoccupied with my own investigation. The next video he sends me was originally titled, This is the Greatest Cancellation of All Time. @Penguin0, #We Are Real. The title of the original play was a play on Charlie's content, in which his descriptions are always, This is the greatest blank of all time. And the thumbnail being Charlie initially had me worried that something nefarious was going on or about to come out on a close online associate, given the nature of Max's predatory hunting content. This video was never a cancellation on Charlie, but rather severe clickbait to draw eyes and then shift attention briefly to the story Max is covering, and then focus on cults, misinformation, and artificial intelligence in our world. At this time, I respond back. Max, I've seen your latest video and have caught up with this whole situation. I haven't seen the 5-hour podcast with Spencer, who is one of the victims. She has her own channel, where she posted a 4 to 5 hour account of her involvement and experience with this cult that we are going to look into. It's quite long, and I feel the story could be a bit more structured. This is a serious matter, and I have no issues covering it. I would like the victims to seek proper restitution, but going in this manner isn't the best. I would be down to talk further with these victims and analyze this evidence if their claims are as solid as it's being depicted. And at this moment, Max had literally called the person in this video. He wasn't alleging, he was actually materially accusing them of
On March 18th, 2016 morning, Spencer, a 16-year-old girl from Wyoming, Texas,
Fuck. How sad. I'm sad. I'm really sad. I was about to flip shit, dude.
A few minutes later, towards the text call at the end of the video, you can see that he looks at it.
I lost too much time. Like, I can't save that, dude.
This person was alleged to be this. So these these were very... very serious accusations, which need to be matched with very, very serious, corroborative, ironclad evidence. The videos you produce don't damn camera. A lot of the screenshots don't punch hard since they're on screen for less than a second and lack the required context. If you want this person to be damned and attract the attention of a broader community, we need to sit down and piece this together, out from beginning to its current stages, in a damning but digestible manner. The story has a beginning, and we need to start there. And that's where I'm going to leave these messages at, okay? Obviously, I communicated with Max privately about the situation, but as we are making this video now, it's evolved into an entire miasma, complete confusion for people jumping in. And if you're confused now, just wait until we dig in further. Now, it's understandable that this story actually belongs to Max. Max was the first one to bring it to YouTube, and when you're making incredibly serious claims like he was making, they require incredibly serious corroborative evidence. You can't necessarily go to any YouTuber and tell them, hey, please say some of the most insane accusations you can make about anybody's character, and do that basically on blind faith. Yes, I know that he said to people that there's evidence locked behind an NDA, but if that evidence isn't publicly available, you literally are opening yourself up to a very, very serious claim from this person. That also said, making these serious claims can only entice this person if they're actually, say, allegedly guilty of them, and it could cause them to go down into the evidence, so that if they know that they are under scrutiny or investigation, they might start actually getting rid of actionable evidence that can exist. If these people are potentially armed and dangerous, it could make them go above the edge, over the edge, and then actually cause harm to the people around them as some form of retribution to somebody online. And that's why you have to be incredibly careful. You can't be making claims unless you can 100% back them with evidence that would hold up in a court of law, let alone public opinion. But with that also said, I understand that evidence sometimes can't be perfect. Sometimes you can't have silver bullets sitting around. But if you don't have anything actionable at all, then it's best kept quiet until you do. But this is where Max obviously wanted to cover the story, make these claims, and the way that he presented them was rather odd. And this is where part 2 of this video comes into, where we look at Max's rebranding, known as God Cult. This video, Brainwash Your Favorite Influencer, begins with a QR code and a text at the bottom asking viewers to send the video to large specific channels. He scrolls a massive disclaimer and frame-by-frame analysis to read 2 key points from this bullshit that I found interesting to me was when Max had signified that this was fictitious materials, when in reality this is serious allegations we're talking about. How is this a fictitious element, and why are we putting any of that into this video? Even if it is for legal reasons, can we actually believe anything that you're about to say and the people that you're about to name? That's a pretty big point of contention, and one that we'll come back to round trip towards the end of the video. The other big part is when he starts pointing out that if influencers deny anything here in this, then they could be one of these following horrible things, like human trafficking, which again is anybody critical of what they're about to see, especially when they should be critical of what Max is about to post, into a severe camp, just again, for denying any of the contents that he's posted in this video. So anyways, he asks to send this video to
all
your
of the
favorite
books of
influencer
the
to test
Bible
them on their
on a
character.
tier list.
He guides through a tutorial
3,
on using
2,
YouTube
1.
frame-by-frame keyboard
Let's
commands
go.
to prepare viewers for a game. And he asks a series of questions. If God appeared before you and told you to sacrifice a child, would you do it? What? Then he gives another long string of BS that I have to frame-by-frame analyze. Now you can read this for yourself by pausing the video or slowing down. I slowed the footage
what a
down by around
time.
70%. So to understand the actual stuff that he's talking about,
Please
is
don't fuck
humanity
this
will
part up
destroying
again.
itself,
Please,
don't protect our children,
please.
children should be taught self-sufficiency, and these are all noble things to say. He falls into a tangent about artificial intelligence. Again,
I should have all the
these
time in the
topics
world.
that
That was
go
like
throughout this
really
entire
fast.
series later, but again, this is part of where the video's artsy natures come into. So hopefully soon we'll be getting into talking about the actual
Yes, yes, yes.
What
Okay,
comes next
concentration
is
time. I'm fucking. Oh my fucking god. Alright, check cycle time because I have to save the run. It's fucking stupid.